Well, what was that?
When you're in prison, you have no responsibility. That's what he enjoyed about it. You
Yeah,
didn't
and you
have to
got
be anywhere.
you got a guy with a stick who tells you what to do all day, and if you don't do it, he gives you a little whack on the head, straightens you right out, and then you go,
They can't do that no
You're not
more.
going to Shawshank. Like, cut that out, dude. Like,
You don't think those dudes do? Oh, come on. I mean, I know it's not Shawshank, but
Dude, I knew two or three prison guards, right? I studied MMA with them, and they used to tell these horrible stories about what happened in prison, and they were like part of the problem. Have you guys remember these stories at all?
yeah.
Yeah, like they would, and he's laughing about it, right? So I guess there was someone that they didn't like or whatever. They wanted him punished, and they like lean their head through the door and they're like, "Hey guys, we're gonna go make a burrito. Be like 10 minutes." And then one guy starts getting gang raped by like the other 6 or 7. And it wasn't just what happened in the story. It was the way he told the story. He's laughing the whole time. He's like, and you can hear him. Help me! Help me! Help me! Make him stop! And they're laughing about it like it was the funniest thing. Like, you know, they pretty much told the prisoners that they were going to be left alone for like 10, 15 minutes or whatever it was, overheard them gang raping like guy on guy, and, you know, went and told the story to their buddies.
This will be my last show for a little while.
I know. You're like, they're all Kyle episodes. I'm au contraire.
Tune in next week for a look at how that's not the case. Yeah, so this is, you know, I'm sure it's even more surreal for you, but even though I knew how serious this whole situation was, even going back a couple years, when it was talks like, oh, it could be years in jail, like in the back of my head, I was like, Kyle's not going to jail. That's not going to happen. It's going to be fine. This is going to pan out. And now you're going to jail.
Yeah. It panned out. I'm pretty happy with it.
Cue the Always Sunny intro.
What's the main thing you're concerned about? I'm going to guess the shitting situation.
No, I don't care.
Are they nice bathrooms? Hopefully.
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea what it'll be like. But like, I just won't care no matter what. When something is established as the norm, then I just accept it as the norm, and I'm good with it. So like, if everybody was shitting in a hole in the corner, I would just go ahead and, you know, go shit in the corner. You know, whatever it's going to be.
So you'll be serving time in India, I see.
Oh, yeah. welcome to the pickleball court.
I haven't eaten anything but curry in 2 months.
Yeah. So honestly, I'm not worried about anything other than the bed being uncomfortable, because the beds in jail suck. Like, it's not a bed. It's like a metal frame, and they have like you remember those nap time pads you had in kindergarten?
Yeah.
That like, all right, everybody go get your pad, and you like throw that thin fucking wafer of a pad on the floor. And for a 5-year-old, 80-pound child, that's fine. But like, when you try to lie on your side on one of those, like my like hips dug into it, and like my shoulder and my elbow, and like.
So Kyle, anything new in your world?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've had a real interesting time. I spent the last 56 days, Talladega Nights, Legend of FPS Kyle, just having a real good time, meeting new interesting people, learning all sorts of new and interesting techniques and skills and tactics.
Nice. Lifelong friends, I hope.
I mean, I'm going to see if I'm allowed to contact some of these people. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, made a couple of real good friends in there. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk to them because we're both felons, but I'm going to find out. Worked out a ton, did a lot of running, did a lot of dieting. I was 35 pounds. Had a real good time. It was
nice.
It was a goddamn nightmare is what it was, Taylor. It was a goddamn motherfucking nightmare, all right? I woke up.
I don't even want to ask questions. I want to let you just go.
I couldn't sleep the night before, right? You know, I'm up like till 3 a.m. I got to wake up at like 5 to like get going and get there in time.
To go to prison.
To go to prison. Crack of dawn, time to get to prison.
You're having to wake up early to go to prison, insult to injury. Like,
because it's a 3-hour drive from my fucking house. They didn't send me to the one in Atlanta. They sent me to fucking Talladega, Alabama. Mm-hmm. Bumfuck nowhere, by the way. All right? Don't go. The people aren't interesting, and the locale is disgusting. And it's 108 degrees while I was there, by the way. So I get a ride. Kitty's neighbor actually drove me. Very nice woman. And she came and picked me up as well. And all she wanted was gas. Like, she has a relative or an associate, I'll just say, who's also in prison right now. And so she understood. She's like, oh, no, you're not taking an Uber or whatever or hiring a car. I'm gonna take you.
This is
And,
Kitty. We're talking about.
Kitty's friend.
Kitty's
Kitty's
friend.
neighbor. Yeah. And so get to prison like right before the cutoff. Like I got to be there by noon, so I get there at 11:30. You know, I'm gonna enjoy as much freedom as I can. Before I go in, stop at Zaxby's, get myself some chicken fingers, some French fries. Can barely eat it. Can barely
Nice
get it
meal.
down. I'm drinking like Malox the whole drive because my stomach's so upset and I'm so stressed out with heartburn, like not wanting to go the fuck in there. And so I go in and the guard's like, yeah, they'll be here in a minute to get you. And I go through these x-rays and this guard leads me up to this R&D room. I don't even know what that stands for. Maybe it's not research and development.
It's certainly not research.
I promise it's not that. It's reach arounds and dick sucking or
Rectal
something in there.
deposition.
And so they photo me and thumbprint me. God knows how many fingerprints the government has of me at this point. I've done it
At
at
least
least 10
10.
times. At least 10. Well, no. You. And so they strip me down, and there's no cavity search. I go through a which I thought there might be, you know.
I was hoping.
And yeah, you're hoping. I was like, hey, I thought we were gonna get a little closer here in this wonderful phase.
Oh, the
I want the
speculum.
cute one.
I brought my wet platinum and everything. I'm prepared. So they put me on an X-ray, and it X-rays me, and I'm like, I need to lose some weight. I can see in the X-ray I'm getting chunky, and so go back there. They strip me down, put me in these super lame prison clothes. Like I can't even figure out which side of the underwear is the front.
There's no
I
dick
even-
slot.
There's no dick slot. They're brown. Like they remind me of the burlap sack that you would see people wear in cartoons. So every day I go with him. We run our 3 miles. I'm not doing chin-ups. I run my 3 miles and you know, have a good day. And it turned out that he was watching my back the whole time I was in there, and anybody that wanted to fuck with me, he was squashing it before I even knew anything about it. Because like the scariest thing that happened was about 10 days in, the black guy comes by my cell, and I'm sitting in bed reading.
Do
Reading
we
Lord-
know this black guy?
Your friend.
The dreaded black guy I'm giving the radio to.
Yeah.
He comes by and he goes, yo, man, I thought I'd let you know. There's somebody in here that's wanting to get with you. And I sit up in bed, you know, I'm lying down, like reading like this. And I sit up and go, mark place here. Someone's looking to get with me?
I already have a workout partner.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, they looking to get with you. I was like, well, you let them know that I'm not looking to get with anybody, and I won't go down without a fight. I was like, that's not happening. He's like, I'll pass the word on, man, but you watch your ass. And I'm thinking like, I wonder if he's going to add literally at the end, but he's not a smart guy, so he just walks away. And now I'm terrified because he's not bullshitting. He's very serious. He whispers this to me, and he's one of my closer associates in there.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, fuck. Now I'm terrified of the shower. Now I'm terrified to go in there. So now I have to time my showers for when Snow showers. Now me and Snow, the big Mexican guy, like we work out together already. So it works out fine that
Yeah.
we both go back to our cells, get our towels, get our stuff, and we go to the shower. And so the shower, you walk into this room and there's 5 different shower heads, and they're each separated by a partition wall with a shower curtain behind you. It's very private. And
It's nicer than my high school showers.
it's really nice. The shower heads have excellent pressure and never-ending hot water. It's excellent. And by this time, I've got good soap. It's the same brand I use. Good shampoo. I've got a good towel. I got everything. So you walk up to the door of this thing. It's a shower curtain too, and you pull it back a little, and you avert your eyes in case somebody's standing there naked because you don't want to get caught or accused of cock looking or something
Meat
like
gazing.
that.
Yeah.
Meat gazing, a dick peek, and you say as aggressively and as much of a manly tone as you can, shower. And whoever was last to go into the shower, you don't go shower. So whoever was the last to go into the shower, they call back, and they answer with whichever showers are available. So if somebody's in 1 and 3, they go 2, 4, and 5, and then you holler back, going in 5, and then you do it while averting your eyes once again because it's just a shower curtain separating you. And then I would always go in 5 because that was a handicap shower, and it was very nice. It had the big shower head. Yeah, and the like chest high shower thing too. So I would take incredibly fast showers. I get clean, then I get the fuck out. And when you're ready to leave, you say, leave in 5. And everybody says, all right. And then you get the fuck out, averting your eyes again. But the whole time, I'm going to say from the time that dude told me that until like 2 weeks ago, I was terrified to go to the bathroom the whole time. Like there was a day when I didn't catch snow in time, and I was like, I'll shower tomorrow.
What's the actual bathroom situation like?
There are 4 toilets in stalls, just like in a department store or anywhere else. There's a urinal, and there's like 6 sinks. So it's fine. The toilet paper was awful. I immediately bought toilet paper. Like I got some fucking Charmin right away. It is a must-have item to anyone who's about to go to prison.
Was any of it this? And this is a bigger Woody issue than Kyle issue. I feel like every minute I talk to these guys is a minute that I am risking saying the wrong thing, right? And if I just read, then I don't fuck anything up. Maybe not your thoughts.
No, I feel like I'm good at that for whatever
You are,
reason. Like I can read the room pretty well, and like I let them do a lot of the talking to like see what level of like, are we going to talk about criminal shit? Are you a racist? And if so, which races do you hate? I need to know that going in.
Me too.
Mirror it.
Right, yeah.
And then you mirror it. Yeah. Like it or not.
Like at the doctor's office, they give you a clipboard and the pen and pencil, and you got to fill it out and hand it in so
Turns
they know.
out I have a newfound disgust for Venezuelans.
Yeah, for real. Like Cubans, no good. No good. We don't like the Cubans. Like you find out right away. Snow did not like Cubans. Snow did not like black people. But he would. Oh God, we would be walking. There's a big like track. Like
Snow's
you have
a
it
tough guy.
And Snow's so tough. So and like he would do chin ups with like medicine balls in a bag that he clipped onto his waist, just fucking cranking them out. Like every quarter mile we'd walk or jog, he'd crank a bunch more out. Anyway, and he was just like. He was like, the blacks, they got a word. They don't like you to call them that. And I'm like,
Oh.
Yeah, no, man. I think everyone knows, the word. It's and I see him winding up to drop an N-bomb, he's winding up to drop a big fat one. And I'm looking around like there's so many big black guys around us. And he drops it hard. And I'm just like, yeah. I've heard that word before. Yeah, I'm aware they don't like that. Yeah, it's and then he just goes, bigger, bigger. They don't like that when you say it to them. When you like, hey, bigger, and they hate it. And I'm just like, stop, please stop.
Oh my God, horrifying.
I'm not down. Like he's always ready to fight or do whatever needs to be done. Like I just want to do my 60 days. I just want to escape.
Yeah. Doesn't it become like it's just your life at that point? Like you have these preconceived notions of what it would be like to be locked up like that. And you've seen movies and people have talked about it that hadn't experienced it. But then when you're actually you in there and they're shutting the door on you and whatnot, doesn't it I'm not going to say it's easier, but it's you, and you're just in another situation that you have to get through. It's not a special anything different magically. It's just still a bad situation that you need to get through.
Yeah, to me, it was about setting a schedule and finding a few things that were like creature comforts that would that would kill X amount of hours every 24 hours. It was like having the day planned out in segments that would eat that day up. That's
why when they talk about the death penalty versus life in prison and they say, well, at least he'll be suffering in prison. It's like, I understand there's no freedom and everything, but people are very adaptable. It just becomes your new life. Like that's now what you do.
Yeah. I think I'd rather die.
You're not 24 hours a day going, oh my God, I'm suffering in prison. Like you'll laugh, you'll talk to people, you'll have a good time, even though your freedoms have been taken away. But I don't think it's as bad as the death penalty. Or
that's how I felt about working in an office. Like,
yeah, exactly. There are some jobs that are that bad.
Yeah, where I was, definitely I would prefer that over the death penalty because it's low security. There was a medium security prison like on the same facility, like we called it up the hill because you could like see it. It's up on the hill, and it's where I went initially to like get like stripped down and put in my prison jumpsuit and all that jazz, do my paperwork, and they would have stabbings and killings and like legit gang activity going on up there. And they would threaten you with that. They're like, you know, you fuck up here, you go up there. And I saw 2 or 3 guys fuck up at the low and get sent up there. And it's like, he ain't gonna make it.
Is there also like is there a prestige in being able to make it? I used to play B League hockey, right? And some of those guys would do well in A League hockey. And it was like, yeah he's playing with us, but only because he prefers Sundays to Tuesdays.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
there's a couple different classes. So there's a couple different like experience levels. Like we're all like RPG characters in this little low security prison. Some of us, like me, did a real not so serious thing, and that's why we're there. But some of the guys did 10 or 15 at a high security or a medium security and earned their way down.
Oh,
but
brother.
they're like that fucking rescue dog that has seen some shit. You could tell, like he'll live in your house and he'll get along with your regular puppy, but he's this far away from fucking ripping a throat out and
Does that
shitting on
put
the
him
carpet.
on
But that
top of
baby
the?
shakes the rattle a little too violently. Face coming off.
Does that put him like? Do people give that a certain kind of respect? Like you know, don't fuck with. You poke that guy one time and he'll rip your face off.
You could tell who you didn't want to fuck with. Like they were physically bigger. They just had a look about them, and oftentimes they were in positions of power within like the you know, they ran the laundry. Like he's the boss of all the laundry. He writes the schedule. He chooses who gets hired. Don't fuck with that guy. And sure enough, that guy had been down, as they say, for nearly 20 years, and he was not a nice man. You know, he's the one I had the shouting match with over the televisions.
Yeah.
It's
By
always
shouting
the
match,
television.
by shouting match, Kyle means being shouted at.
Yeah.
I shouted back. No, I shouted back because I felt like I couldn't be completely punked out. Now I did change the channel back to where he wanted it. I will fully admit that, but I didn't completely bitch out.
Man, you don't change that back to Telemundo, I'm gonna rape you.
That was the thing.
I want you to know I'm doing this under protest.
Yes, but only because I also want to learn spin.
It was like, this is the white people TV, dude. Like,
Shit.
and that's a thing. Like, there was ESPN, Black People TV, Mexican People TV, White People's TV. We had 4 TVs, the way I recall it.
Wow.
And I'm not touching that Black People TV. You get some
seems very
shit. They
simple.
thought.
Frasier?
Simple and straightforward.
Yeah, they should have labels above it.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
Just
need the
different
labels.
colored
Look
duct
at who's
tape.
sitting in front of it. Look at who's sitting in front of it. You'll figure it out real quick. And what's on it? The black people are watching fucking VH1, a bunch of like black housewives with big asses and titties hanging out, like talking. It's like Basketball Wives and shit like that. And the white guys are watching the fucking History Channel over there or CNN, and the Mexican guys are watching either Telemundo or fucking some. It's oftentimes a soap opera because like Mexican soap operas have so much sex and so much titties.
Okay, I'm actually curious because what would happen? Listen to this lineup. You got a History Channel or who knows what's on it, and big black basketball wife, whatever. Can I sit there? Am I allowed?
You can sit, absolutely. You can sit wherever you want. Oftentimes, black guys would slide over with us, and he'd be like, "Hey, what are you watching?" And I'm like, it's this shit about the guy who invented Hershey's chocolate. It's History Channel. It's like the history of like American products. I'm like, this is the motherfucker that invented cornflakes. And he's like, God damn, I love cornflakes. He like tunes his headset in to like learn about, and me and this black guy who's like scary as fuck learn about cornflakes that day.
I might turn that brownie into an Oreo just by sitting there.
Yeah.
In the
There's
middle.
no issue. You could sit wherever you wanted. I actually, as long as
quite
there's
wherever you
room.
wanted.
As long as there's room, because there is assigned seating. Not only there's assigned spots.
But don't skip ahead because this is the gold.
Yeah, we got some topics lined
It's
up.
just us. All right, so down in the description below.
Did you
But let's
mention
get
all
into it.
6?
There is one of them that does not require a mid-roll. That is Wondery, but they get a mid-roll anyway, or a beginning thing anyway. So yeah, Wondery. We'll talk about it too. It's just a post-roll for that one. We're good. I promise.
If you say so.
I trust you,
All right.
Kyle.
Yes, I All right.
Yeah. I've been here. I was here 2 hours early getting that right. I've been here.
Well-
I've been sitting in the chair for a while.
Holy shit! It takes you a while to get 2 sentences all straight.
Well, it's not that I have. Look, behind that camera right now, it looks like Charlie Kelly's wall when he's trying to find like Pepe Sylvia. All right, there's post-it notes and strings everywhere. I've got a whole comedic format right behind that camera that I've planned for you tonight, and I just don't appreciate your integration this early in the show, sir.
Kyle actually.
You are nasty.
You are a nasty man.
Oh, I know
Little
exactly.
inside joke. Little inside joke.
I am.
Why is it bad
bodies.
though? Why is it bad? It's your body. You see it naked every day of the damn week.
Yeah, but I see my naked body. I'm looking nice.
All right.
Trust me, I got body hair in all the right areas. I'm toned.
It doesn't matter if you look nice or not, Kyle. I mean, the fact is, how can you find something you have offensive?
I thought he was
Well,
going to say it doesn't matter if you look nice or not, Kyle. The fact is, Woody kicks your ass every time he sees you.
No, I'm just saying that if everybody out there looked, maybe like I do when I get out of the shower, I wouldn't mind so much, But let me tell this story. All right, I got a story. Perfect example. I'm gonna tell you.
I
from
got
my
a story to
personal
tell, too.
experience.
It
So
just sounds like Kyle says he likes 6-pack abs when he's looking at another man's cock.
if I'm gonna see a naked dude, I'd like it to be a naked dude who's like taking care of his body. That's all I'm saying. If I am going to be forcibly subjected to naked men, then why not? I prefer one kind of naked man over another, and I think we all do.
I think YouTube is against you, Kyle, because the fat guys that take the shirt off, a lot more views on those videos than the skinny guys.
That's
Am I
a-
alone on this? The kind of naked man I prefer is the kind that makes me feel like I've got a giant swinging manhood.
Yeah, now if they all had like baby dicks, that would also help. I'd be like,
Yeah, that'd be incredible. Yeah, dude.
all right. So in like 2005, 2006, somewhere in there, my cousin and I saw this flyer for a motorcycle rally, and it was only about an hour away. And we were like, let's go to this thing. I hear that at motorcycle rallies, things get crazy. There's biker chicks. There's like crazy parties and drinking and wet T-shirt contests and shit like that. And there are at these biker rallies. Those things do happen. However, we got there way too late. We got there like let's say this bike rally began Saturday at noon. We got there Sunday night, and we're just kind of driving through this thing, and we can see the remnants of a good time. Okay, we can see that there was a wet T-shirt contest at one time because there's like white tops laying everywhere, and there's a sign that says it. We can see that there were hot chicks that were getting topless because they're still there, but they've gotten dressed. The remnants are the old dudes who like to get naked and walk around. That's all there was. There was like 45, 50-year-old men walking around naked, assless chaps, and one dude had this, I don't know how to describe it, but there were lots of beads attached to his penis. And we turned around, we made one lap through this thing and got the fuck up out of there. So I'm against the naked running thing. If we're voting on that.
In Ocean City, New Jersey, where I grew up, there was a guy. They called him Pluto. I'm not sure why, but he used to wear a sock on his cock, and that was his way of covering up. He would put all his junk there, all the nuts and berries, in the sock, and walk around the beach like that.
Yeah. And that was legal?
I guess. I mean, he did it repeatedly, so I'm guessing he got away with it.
I mean, you mismatch socks that way.
My father has a thing about socks. I don't know if I've ever so my father's socks are mated for life. They when he buys them, right? They're not even unwrapped or anything. He puts a pin on them and then puts them away in the drawer. And then at the end of every day, he pins them again. And these socks have like a lifelong commitment to one another. They have a pin. They're pinned in the washing machine and in the dryer, and then they're put away. The pin is only removed, the safety pin, from the two socks while he's wearing them. and they're mated for life, and there is no divorce. There is no.
How long? But how long does he keep a single pair of socks though?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's no white boy. You know, they have a little bit of life to him, but it's a commitment. And then when one sock dies, the other one, I guess, just sacrifices himself and joins that guy in sock heaven. And
Maybe
he's
he gives
been.
it to the guy from Ocean City.
Say that again.
Maybe he gives the Cyberpunk socks to the guy from Ocean City.
That's what he should have done. Just donated this, lonely guy to this lonely sock widow.
could be
widower.
a
How
house
mean would that be to go to Goodwill and give them mismatched socks? Just one, like 50 right socks.
I don't think they take clothes no more.
Goodwill doesn't take clothes.
Goodwill totally takes clothes. Okay, I was at a homeless people story.
Who's first?
Let me just knock mine out because it's not that great. It'll be over fast. I was driving through Atlanta the other day, and I noticed that there are villages of homeless people, like under the underpasses, and they have stepped their game up. They have tents, and I don't mean like some Boy Scout. We got some sticks and some canvas together tents. They've got like nice tents, like just as nice as my camping tent, and poop buckets. They have moved in under the underpasses. And I just imagine them like waking up every morning, pooping in their poop bucket and going and, panhandling 10, 15 minutes away and then going back home to the old tent.
Why don't
Tent
they
with
go
a
ahead
poop
and just build
What
a
a
nice
dream.
wall under that bridge to keep the wind draft out?
It would, well, I mean, if these guys were capable of building a nice wall, then they would probably be construction workers. They're bums. They would be putting drywall up in some, construction site instead of pooping in a poop bucket.
No, but
Okay,
even the
if I
construction
was a-
guys poop in a poop.
If I was a
bucket sometimes.
bum, I would like rob a bank or something because two scenarios: one, you get away with it, you have money, or two, you don't, and you get to go to have free hots and cots. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you get,
Drama
you get
alert.
warm showers and
Only
food
Usby
3
Blade
times a
likes
day.
cock in the butt.
Nobody's raping a. No, I'm saying. I think in prison, I don't think they're gonna rape the ex hobo.
They leave him alone. Just let the
Yeah.
dreads keep growing and get as
They're
gross as
waiting for the
possible.
Woody's gamer tags of the world to like somehow get into prison with
They're
their,
waiting for
with their
that
powerful
businessman.
thighs and crazy hairline.
Does anyone else have like a semi-legitimate fear of ending up in prison? Like, does it at all enter your? Sometimes I think to myself, like, oh my god, what would I do?
I don't
Like-
think it's that bad. I think they exaggerate on movies and
Yeah,
stuff.
my buddy Danny did 10 years, and he said he enjoyed it after the first year or so.
I think you get in there and it turns into like a big social club.
You know what I think is pretty fun? Playing video games and flying on surfing trips to Nicaragua. Like, I would take that. Like, I
Yeah,
think
but
my
you understand,
current
when you're in
life
prison,
is.
you have no
45 minutes a day in
responsibility.
the yard.
Looks available on LP. 9 cents after $1 rebate. Friday, Saturday. Okay, let's go.
I won't compare it to sex, but it lasts longer.
I tried to commit suicide. Wait a minute. Stop.